filthy capitalist option is. Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/VinandSori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
There it is. Yep.
Buy our merch, indeed.
And a child shall lead them to buy our merch.
All right, say what you were going to say over again.
You guys, we have some exciting information. We are doing a band review, but this is our unsigned hype section of our channel, and this is for local bands who are ready to like
Take that next step. Get to that next level.
Get more stuff out there. And so we get to review them. And as you guys know, we don't guarantee positive reviews.
Can't guarantee a positive review.
But we are here to review this and let you know what we think. So I'm sure that the comment section will be alive, and we'll all get to kind of give our take on this band and experience something new. All right, let me read you guys the information that I have here. Terrible Sickness is the name of the band. The name of the song is Slaves to Decay. And they said, Terrible Sickness is a death metal band from Lower Saxony, Germany, founded in 2011. This, the 5-piece has released 1 demo, 1 single, and 3 full-length albums so far. Their latest effort is their 3rd album, Flesh for the Insatiable, released on...
That's a spooky ass title, man. Whoever came up with that one.
Yep.
Jesus.
Released on November 18th, 2022 via Black Sunset /MDD. Their current lineup consists of Florian on vocals, Karsten on guitars, Jen's guitar, Eike, bass Peter, drums solo, and
I think Peter's on drums and
the dashes. Okay,
yeah.
That was a little bit. Okay, so Peter's on the drums. All right, so in the link on this, the description of this video, we're gonna have some of their band information if you want to check them out a little bit further. Bandcamp will be there, and also their Facebook page. So let's see what this death metal band from Saxony, Germany,
Slaves to
sounds
Decay.
like.
Let's do it.
That was
I was not watching that video, and I thought it was over.
Sori has that's like she's got this diagnosable disease in her mind where if she sees stuff like that, it's not drapetomania. I forgot what it's called. It's called something.
I know it starts with a T. I don't look. I looked it up one time, and it was absolutely. I felt like I was losing my friggin' mind when I saw it. And
well done, boys. well done.
So. Production, you guys. Production was great.
Yeah, their production
was
on
top notch.
We're also on the Middle America stream. I gotta kill that stream.
Weird.
Talk to the people.
Yeah. Okay. So the production was great. Like whenever it's smaller bands, or I don't know how you want to say that, will send us their stuff. It's always like, I wonder how the production is going to be, because sometimes it's. But although you guys have put out a lot of stuff, so. You know, they've probably progressed, obviously, because they have put out a lot of things.
True.
All right, so this one starts out quarantine. So I thought we were going to be talking about COVID.
You know, this song could easily be in the world of the show we're watching.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
yeah,
almost the point where you almost feel it could be inspired.
Yeah,
because like I said, that show was a video game before it became a show.
Yeah. So. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we're figuring it out. Okay, go ahead. Start again.
Well, when it said quarantine, I thought we were going to be talking about, COVID. But
the mark of the beast.
It progressed really, really fast, and it was really, really gross. Death, terminal and contagious, an atrocious curse besetting all mankind, destined to perish, to fade away miserably. Contracted the fatal infection, neurotic limbs detach, the angel of death will spread his dismal wings. Ooh. Okay, you wanna...
Febrile delirium, obscured minds will snap, the stench of decaying flesh polluting unbreathable air. Slaves to decay, your fate is sealed, horrible disease spreading over the earth.
Your bloated carcass, a truly repulsive sight. Dehumanized clumps of rotting meat. Corroded lungs collapse, choking on festering slime. Frantic gasps for air as you're suffering miserable death. Okay, so when I was listening to this song, it kind of reminded me of different diseases over the years that have happened where people were unable to, they didn't know what to do about it. So like leprosy is one of them. Like they didn't know what to do. They basically just set you in a corner to rot altogether.
Yeah.
And whenever I think about stuff like that, that for me is like, I cannot put too much thought into it because it grosses me out to have like some infection. Like the idea that somebody's sitting in a situation where they don't have the medical help that they need. In fact, I was talking to this mother this morning because she posted a picture of her baby and the baby has thrush. That grosses me out. Ugh. And she was saying that the way that she was writing, her grammar was not very good. And she was saying that she brought her baby's 15 days old, and the doctor said that basically the baby's fine, just bring the baby home. But the baby has thrush, like that, they need some antibiotics to deal with that. And so I said, that looks like oral thrush, and I would go see another doctor. And then a couple other ladies came into it and stuff, but she was like, my baby's like really suffering and having a hard time with this. And it really, really bugged me to know that baby is in that situation and that she doesn't have the medical care that she needs, and that she already saw a doctor and they sent her away. And of course she's not of the white community. So then it makes it more like, okay, why didn't they take care of this? Because it was clearly an issue.
Yeah.
So I hate stuff like that. And like this reminds me of stuff like that. Like, and some, obviously some of those pictures that popped up. Ooh.
Well, anytime like you have like an apocalyptic scene, if you put yourself in those situations, like you always end up having to make really terrible decisions. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
So like,
they have a kid.
If you looked at a universe like this, when they're talking, it's like atrocious curse, besetting all mankind, destined to perish. You know, contracted the fatal infection. Like if you had a little oasis in a freaking reality like that, what lengths would you go to in order to secure that place against that kind of a situation? Like there, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It was a very descriptive song, considering the show that we have begun to watch.
Yeah. Even in that one, there's stuff where I'm like, am I gonna be able to watch this?
Yeah.
Because I'm really trying to like hold my mind without letting it like go off. Because some of that stuff is so gross.
Well, that's like one of the biggest themes about like the whole zombie idea is like the inevitability of defeat of like the human race. But yet, the zombie phenomenon is interesting because it's also like. But there's no zombies here. I mean, I guess you could say, basically, this thing like, your limbs basically die and then fall off.
Yeah.
Basically. They go necrotic and then they fall off and die.
Your own skin is just decaying while it's on you.
Basically,
the air is polluted.
An advanced form of leprosy, basically.
Yeah. The air is polluted and it ends up like corroding their lungs and then they choke on like festering slime.
Yeah.
Die a miserable death.
That's a pretty fucking horrible way to go.
I wonder if this is part of a concept album and like this is one scene that happened in it, or if this is just
Yeah, you know, like the whole COVID experience that we've all had as a human family. It's like you could tell, like it's interesting like watching lyrics sometimes afterwards, things like quarantine, like the song starts out with quarantine and things like that. It's kind of like melded into the psyche now, and you know it's weird.
Exactly.
We've seen zombie movies before. We've seen like outbreak movies before. So the term quarantine has been used, but it's so different now. Like post-COVID, when I see a show and it says quarantine, and you got to get the vaccine and all that. Like it has so much different meaning now. So
100%.
like, if you'd have heard this song pre-COVID, you know what I'm saying? Like. If you'd have heard this song pre-COVID, it would be like, that's a dystopian future, blah, blah, blah. But now that we're in like a post-COVID environment, that becomes even more like significant.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sonically, I wished at the beginning they would have stayed with like that modified second riff. They kind of stopped it, then which was cool. Their guitarist, it looked like their guitarist never wanted you to get comfortable.
Exactly. I never did feel like I could stay on something. It didn't feel like it switched.
Right. So like they don't want you to be like, what's gonna happen.
Predictable.
Well, like that's one of the things, like you get into a rut. Like, you're like, okay, I know this, it's 4/4, I know what to expect. There are a couple jarring moments in the song, which aside from the intro, I thought they pulled it off for all of them. So I thought they did a really good job on it, because a lot of times, it's one of my biggest, this is why I hate progressive, which this is a straight death metal band, but I hate progressive because they try to do all these different things and the shit just doesn't work, but it's like, oh, I'm smart. This one, I'm like, well, shit, they arranged that pretty intelligently, and it worked. For the most part, it worked for me. Like the tempo changes and things of that nature, like it absolutely worked for me. Definitely felt the Slipknot vibe, and it was funny, like because the minute I was like, "Yo, that's a good old school like Iowa era Slipknot riff," it changed to a black metal tremolo riff. But it was great. It was like, whoa, who'd have thought to put those two together like that side by side? So sonically, I really enjoyed it as a guitarist, because like the first chord of the song, I'm like, okay, I know where this guy's going. And the second half chord of the song, I'm like, I have no idea where this dude is going.
What's next?
And then the third chord of the song, I was like, okay, I know they're gonna do that. And then the fourth, it was just basically like, let's see if they can execute. So that was like my experience with the band.
Okay.
Sonically, and as a guitarist, I'm playing along, and I'm like, I love arrangements like this. But it makes you go back and look at your stuff and be like, okay, how could I put that variation in there without, you know?
Okay, well, when a band,
It's hard to figure that. That's hard
when
to
a
do.
band's music becomes like your muse, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that means something. That's means you were inspired off something that they did. That's pretty cool. It's a huge high compliment. Wow.
But yeah, but I'm saying, if you look at the lyrics and, you know, Tasco's saying, like, everything is nefarious now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, and I'm assuming that these dudes are German, right? So
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, what is a German citizen on the ground, like, what was their experience during quarantine? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I was. Yeah.
we have, like, assumptions of what we think Europeans are like or whatever, but, like, what was that like for you as a German citizen? You know what I'm saying? Because I know for us on the American side, the lockdown and the quarantine hurt a lot of us mentally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think like to some degree the country is still trying to recover from that.
Of course it is.
Which is something that, like, when people are talking about the orthodox understanding of what happened 2 years ago versus the quote anti-vax understanding about death and illness and hospitalization, it's like, are we counting the hospitalization of people for their mental issues because of that?
I don't think so.
I don't.
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
don't think
saying?
they are. Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, and was it like that for the German? I would figure the mask thing for German people probably wouldn't be as bad as for American people.
Why?
Because Europeans seem to be generally more compliant with their government, and there isn't this whole, like, 1776, this whole understanding that at any point you can take up arms against your government. Like, that's a distinctly American idea.
Yeah.
So most people are like, well, we voted for this person because we trusted them. So if they're saying we should do this, why would there even be a discussion? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that works if you have an entire society of people who will play by the same rules. I think that works. But American politics aren't like that. So, like, so I feel like they would be okay a little bit with the mask, but, like, just the sheer mania that being indoors and then not being able to see your family members, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, to me, that would be almost universal, that there would be some unrest.
Yeah, for sure. But this is, like, even more than COVID, what these people are experiencing.
Yeah.
This is horrible. This is, like, end of the world. Like, it's over for everybody. Especially, I mean, once the air is contaminated. Ugh. I did think it was interesting when people bring in, like, the reference of the angel of death.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, like, that has its origins in the oldest religion. You know what I mean? Like, the angel of death, that goes way back.
Yeah.
So it's cool seeing somebody modern day even using the term, but that is something that, you know, people still reference now and again. So the song had, like, some heavy points to me. There was some parts that it was weird because there was, like, some parts where I'm like, no, I feel like I'm on a conveyor belt. You know, I hate that conveyor belt feeling.
Yeah.
But then, which always, if I feel like the music is, like, shoving me forward and I don't have time to process it. But as soon as I felt like that, then it would switch to something else. So it did seem like it made a lot of transitions, and I felt like it kind of kept a little bit more for everybody. I'm not sure how I feel about that many transitions in a song, but at the same time, the song was jarring all around because of the visuals.
Yeah, the visuals were crazy.
Yeah.
The visuals were really, really crazy. But, like, they were shocking. You know, there's, like, one scene with this dude and there's, like, a bunch of bodies behind him. But I was thinking about it when I saw that, and I'm like, and the guy it was basically, you could tell the weather outside was cold, wherever this dude was. Then I thought to myself, if the numbers are to be believed, okay, which let's say that the number is half, right? So they said 1 million folks have died of this particular plague, COVID, you know, since 2020 or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what 2021 or whatever. So let's say that number is inflated because there have been credible sources that have said that there is some overcounting. So let's cut that in half. That's 500,000 people. So it's like, so we're watching the show yesterday. People are dying en masse, and then when people die en masse and society breaks down, you don't have the disinfected halls of a hospital. You know, so I'm like,
where did all those 500,000 bodies go in such a short period of time? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you were not in this technologically advanced environment, like, you would be seeing the results of this thing, like, firsthand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which, now that I think about it, I'm very happy that we were not able to see the result of that, because that would have given the government almost infinite power to do anything and everything they wanted to do relative to that. But I'm just saying, it's like, as modern people, like, there's almost this, like, illusion that we can escape death, because death isn't as in your face as it was in the previous.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The previous world, you know, death was you had Ring Around the Rosie, kids singing about that shit, because the shit was just unavoidable, and they knew 1 out of 3 of them was gonna R.I.P.
Unbelievable.
So, but it's kind of like the obsession that human beings have with their own demise is very fascinating. And, you know, Jordan Peterson basically said something to the effect of, like, that was the knowledge that Eve attained, basically. It's the knowledge that she was eventually going to die.
Oh, that's an interesting
And
take.
he said that's something that the animals do not know. The animals, as far as we can tell, do not have a concept that they're going to die.
Yeah.
The only reason they run from the wildebeest is just because the wildebeest runs from the lion is just because it's instinct. But there's no, like, meta narrative around that for the animals. So people say. Now, of course, how anybody can know something like that is beyond me. But that's why, like, these mass extinction events where human beings, you know, end up dying in mass. There's never, I don't think I've ever seen one yet where it's a complete wash and there isn't some group of humans that survive. And so it's kind of like that art is reflecting our understanding of the inevitability of death, but our desire to continue to live.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and obviously the ultimate example of that to me would be the zombie genre, where there's this sort of sense of doom, like these things are spreading and there's no way to overcome them, which is essentially a parable of death.
Yep.
Because everybody's born bitten, basically. Right? And so, but then you have a form of resurrection in these zombies, but it's a pessimistic resurrection. Right? It's almost like,
yeah, because you rise to less of the glory you were.
Zombies almost like a compromise in the mind of modern man. It's like, okay, there's parts of us that cannot conceive of a world without humanoid beings. But then there's another point of us that is too modern to hope for an upgrade. So we'll settle for a degrade if it represents us being able to live forever.
Oh, wow, interesting. Okay.
So it's a way for the modern mind to marry the instinct that he has for survival even after the grave. Okay, with his understanding that he's a postmodern individual who knows better than to wish for happy endings or whatever. So it's a very, very, very fascinating kind of look at the world. This song, I thought, I really, really enjoyed the song, especially as a guitarist. I liked where the lyrics were going. I would have actually liked to have seen a little bit more discussion on that, but to your point, if it's a concept record, there's no reason to put every single thing on the thing. It should make you want to listen to more, which honestly I do. I want to check out their thing and keep listening to their songs, but then if I listen to them again on the channel, it won't be an authentic reaction, so I can't. All right, this is a 9.4 for me.
Oh wow, 9.4. I'm gonna give this one an 8.9.
There you are! There you are out there listening. The song, as Ray Mendez says, was tight. Yeah, whoever the producer was that did that.
Yeah, really good, really good.
Especially considering I know how hard it is to make that shit sound like that when you're doing so many tempo and all.
And you guys had a lyric video, which was cool. I still think you should have your lyrics in the description of your video, but that's just me.
Yeah.
If you guys want to check out more of their stuff, don't forget to check the description of this video, and you can find their Bandcamp and their Facebook, and subscribe to their YouTube channel.
I mean, John Lennon is claiming that he produced their record.
Dwayne.
So
You just called Dwayne John Lennon?
Yeah. We will let the listener decide. That might be his alter ego.
Yeah.
There you are, dear listener. Vin out.